caught some robbers. It ain't the same today, trying to find a different way. Lord knows we was running wild. Mama and them told us pump our brakes. Took that chance to get my mind right. Long way, doctors in the tunnel. Father, I need light.
All praise to the Most High Yahweh. Ba'ashim Mashiach Malaki Abashad, man. Right? We trying to get our people to fear the Most High out here, man. Trying to show them the words of the Lord, show them the promises, show them the good things. But our people need to fear the Most High too.
Right.
They don't fear the Most High enough in the last days, man. Right? And when you fear the Most High, you're gonna humble down, right? Because you're gonna understand, just like that brother who was just up here, he had that near-death experience, right? That caused him to fear the Lord. He realized that, hey, the Lord is in control of my life.
Right.
He could take my life, he could give me life, right? And he understood that, right? You gotta understand, we're just dust and ashes out here, right? Let me get that in Genesis chapter 18, verse 27. Give me Sirach chapter 10, and verse number 9, right? We just dust and ashes out here, man. Come.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 18, verse 27.
Read out.
And Abraham answered and said, behold.
Read it from the top.
And Abraham answered and said, behold, now I have taken upon me to speak unto the Lord, which am but dust and ashes.
Which am what?
Which am but dust and ashes.
What are we?
Which am but dust and ashes.
You gotta understand that. Hey, the Most High is in control of my life. He controls whether I live or whether I die. He controls all the words that come out of your mouth too. Give me 1 Samuel chapter 2 and verse 6. Bring this out.
Book of Sirach, chapter 10 and verse 9.
Bring it out.
Why is earth and ashes proud?
Why is what?
Why is earth and ashes proud?
Right, why are you proud?
Why?
How could you be proud seeing how many times the Most High cast you down in your life? You really examine your life and look back at the things, all the hardships, all the adversity. That should make you humble. Understand it. Damn, how many times did the Lord break me down? How many times did the Lord make me broke? Right? How many times did we couldn't pay the bills? The Most High is always reminding you that you're nothing without Him. Keep reading.
There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man.
There is what?
There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man.
Right. And you're not gonna want if you really in the Lord, man. If you really in Hamashiach, you're not gonna want. Keep reading.
For such an one setteth his own soul to sail, because while he liveth, he casteth away his bowels. The physician cutteth off a long disease, and he that is today a king, tomorrow shall die.
Right. Tomorrow shall die.
Right.
Hey, brother, we got one verse for you. Come check it out. You believe in the Bible? You do? Come check it out real quick. I want you to see the sign though real quick. Right? Do you see your ethnicity on the sign? That's good. You said American blacks. Have you ever heard of the Hebrew Israelites? You never heard of the Hebrew Israelites? What about you? What's your nationality? You said Mexican? Right, so you would be right here, and she would be down at the bottom from Mexico. Where do you see your cross from those? Where do you see from black?
Yes.
Judah. What about the Mexicans? Say Issachar, right? These people are all the same, but they've been divided and conquered, right? This is a nation that you read about in the Bible, right? You ever notice that these people that you see on the left-hand side, blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, we all have something in common. You know what that is? Deuteronomy chapter 28. Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse number 41. It's something that we all have in common together as blacks and Hispanics. We think we're different, but we're really not. Read this.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 41.
Give me Zechariah chapter 11 and verse number 5. Bring this up.
Thou shalt beget sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity. All thy trees and thy fruit of thy land shall the locust consume. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail.
Right, our enemies are the head and we're the tail. What it's saying that God's chosen people, they're oppressed. Something that we have in common as blacks and Hispanics is we go through the same oppression. Look at this sign right here, brother. Who else went through slavery like we did? Right? Who else did this to Hispanics? The same way that they did to the so-called black man and black woman.
That's right.
What people did this to us? White people.
That's right.
Right? That's plain and simple. Read verse 68. What we're reading to you are curses or punishments that God put on his chosen people. That's how we know who the chosen people are. That's how we know that you will be an Israelite, that we are the Israelites, because we broke God's commandments to punish us for. This is one of those punishments. Let's read this.
Verse 68.
Read out.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
With what?
With ships.
You heard that, brother? The Lord said he would bring us into slavery on slave ships. Who did that happen to? Right. So God said this will happen to the Israelites. You never heard of the Israelites, right? An Israelite is a nationality. It's a nation of people.
That's right.
So when you call yourself an Israelite, you're calling yourself of God's chosen people, right? God's chosen people, because they broke God's commandments, they had to go into slavery on slave ships, right? That fits us. Keep reading.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
Shall be what?
Ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
Like you said, you hear me, brother? Like you said, y'all gotta go. Okay, I'll pray some answer. This for both of y'all, right? Y'all will be of the same people.
Right.
You actually, the Bible, you believe in the Bible, right? You believe in God. God don't want you to marry outside your race.
Right.
So y'all are doing a good thing by being together, because y'all would technically be a part of the same people.
Right.
Give me Tobit chapter 4, verse 12. Keep reading.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
Unto your enemies, brother. So we were sold unto our enemies. You said who our enemies were. That's the so-called white man. Everybody who's not of your people is your enemies. Everybody you see on the sign, from white man all the way down to Syria, Arab, Chinese, Japanese, Ethiopians, all the way down to Cyprus, right, and the Spanish, those would be your enemies. Why are they your enemies? Because they enslave you. They oppress you. They hate you in their heart. They set up systems and governments to oppress us, no matter where we go on the earth. Right? Read this. Tobit chapter 4, verse 12.
Book of Tobit, chapter 4, verse 12.
Read it out.
Beware of all whoredom, my son, and chiefly take a wife of the seed of thy fathers.
The Lord said,
And chiefly take a wife of the seed of thy fathers.
the Lord, he wants you to take a wife or the seed of your father. So, meaning get with your own people. Right? That's what you're doing. Getting with a so-called Hispanic, or getting with a Native American, or getting with a black woman, those are the women you're supposed to be dealing with. That's as God's chosen people. That's a commandment in the Bible. It would be a sin to go outside of that.
Right.
What are some sins that we commit every single day? Our people. When you go to, if you go to a black community or a Hispanic community, what do you see us doing? I mean, are we doing any good? Are we serving God in our communities? Okay, what about the community you live in? Are people serving God? Are people sinning? Sinning, right? Same thing in my community. What about you, Ken? Yeah, sin, right? What are some things that we do that's against God? We lie, right? We're not supposed to lie. Give me Leviticus chapter 19, verse 11. Take our flyer, Ken. Take our flyer. We got information for you. We got a YouTube channel. Brother. Right, you an Israelite, King. Must have been smoking or something. I don't know what was going on. Yeah, he did. Yeah. Had that blank stare. That blank stare. But nonetheless, right, all praise to the Most High, we getting the sheep, man. We spreading the word. Whether we market them, whether they hearkening, whether they don't hearken, it is what it is. Give me Matthew chapter 10. Matthew chapter 10, verse 5, man. We come out here for our people, man.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 10, verse 5.
Yo.
And you can walk through, brother. Hey, brother Texan, you see the sign right here? You see yourself on this sign? You see your nationality? On this side right here, actually. You see your nationality right there? On the top, right? Now, do you know where this name came from? Or has anybody taught you that? Where that name came from? why people call y'all black or maybe African American, right? Now, do you think black is worthy to call yourself as a nationality? Is there pride in that? Do you take pride in calling yourself black? Now, why is that?
Because it's what I am.
Is what you are? Now, we come up here to challenge that a little bit because you're not really black. There's no nation called black. Everybody walking around here, they have nations that they go back to, or a country they could go back to, right? You could say Africa, but that's a continent, that's not a country, right? You could say black, but your skin is brown, right? And there's no language called black. There's no black flag. So who really are your people? And why is it so hidden? Why is it so secret? Why isn't it important enough for us to talk about? And we're just supposed to be black and proud. Why is that? There's more to it. Give me Deuteronomy 28. You believe in the Bible? You believe in God? Yeah. You believe in the Bible though? Yeah. I'm gonna show you something in the Bible. You ever heard of Moses? Moses, he freed the Israelites out of Egypt. That's what we up here talking about, the history of the Israelites, right? And that the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we descend from those same people that Moses freed out of Egypt. This is what he told them, Deuteronomy 28 and verse number 37.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword.
And a what?
And a byword among all nations.
Among who?
Among all nations.
So Moses told the Israelites, after he freed them out of slavery, out of Egypt, he said that if y'all don't keep God's commandments, you'll become a byword among all the nations. Meaning that all the nations, they're going to call you something that you're not. Instead of calling you God's chosen people, an Israelite. They're going to call you a byword. What's a byword for your people? The N word, the B word, the one that you just said. We're going to say the B word because we don't even like saying black. Because y'all not black. Like I said, there's no language called black. African American. Those are two separate continents. Neither of them are nations, and they're the two last names of a so-called white man.
That's right.
Which you don't descend from a white man, I'm assuming. So, if you're not those things that your oppressors taught you in slavery, then you must be what God called you, right? We're reading these curses because they identify who the chosen people are. That's one of the curses. If they broke God's commandments, they're going to be called a byword among all the other nations. Read verse 68.
Verse 68.
Bring it out.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
With what?
With ships.
All right, so the Lord said he's got to bring the Israelites back into another Egypt. In Egypt, they were in slavery, right? The Israelites never went back into Egypt on ships. But there's a people who are disobedient to God. They have to go into slavery on slave ships for their disobedience. What people in history had to go into slavery on slave ships? We learn about it in school. It's your forefathers, your foremothers. Even the so-called Hispanics. Even the so-called Hispanics went through slavery on slave ships under the Spaniards. Right? Under the British, the English, right? These Europeans. The Lord prophesied about that because we're disobedient. We wonder why we go through oppression, why slavery happened, why all these atrocities happen to us, right? We wonder. Because none of these people are stronger than you, brother. Your people as a whole, our people as a whole, nobody is stronger than us to be able to do these things to us.
Right.
Nobody's smarter than us. Even post-slavery, we excel at everything we do. And they try to destroy your people. But you still excel because they're not stronger than us. It's a divine power that put us in a lower state.
Right.
Because we don't want to serve our God. Let's read on.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
Read it from the top.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
With what?
With ships.
With ships. So for disobeying God, the Israelites have to go into slavery on ships. Read on.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
There you shall be sold unto your enemies. We know who we were sold to. You ever heard of an auction block in slavery? Yeah, they said now, we actually had the video earlier. We put up a video of an Arab touching the so-called black man, lifting up his nose, opening up his mouth, grabbing his damn arms and pulling on his skin to see if he was fit to be in the slave field, right? So you had these auction blocks, but the Lord said we were sold unto who? Not Arabs, not white people, but unto who?
Unto your enemies.
To who?
Unto your enemies. For bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
No man shall buy you, meaning no one's going to be able to redeem you. Right. Nobody can save you but the Lord. Right. He put you in this situation, he's going to get you out of this situation.
That's it.
But only if we obey him. Only. These are curses that we're reading. Right. Read verse 15 real quick.
Verse 15. But it shall come to pass, thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and the statutes which I command you this day.
Moses is telling them, if you don't keep the commandments, if you don't listen to God, read,
that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
All these curses, they're going to come upon you and overtake you. As a people, as a nation. The first curse, what's the first curse? Read that.
Cursed shalt thou be in the city.
The Lord say,
cursed shalt thou be in the city.
Chicago,
cursed shalt thou be in the city.
Hey, cursed shalt thou be in the city. The first curse that God's chosen people got to go through for breaking the commandments, for sinning. You got to be cursed in every city around the world now. Every city you go to, you got a ghetto. And every ghetto you go to, guess who you're going to see? The same brothers that you see up here teaching the Bible.
That's right.
You're going to see us in the same parts of the city, smoking, killing each other, gang banging.
Right.
I mean, we got single mother households all over the place, right? We fill up the jails.
That's right.
So what's going on with us? This is the reason why we're going through the things that we're going through to this day is because we disobeyed God.
Right.
We're a spiritual people, brother. That's why you see us, we join all these different religions. We get into damn crystals and rocks. We like to read the stars. We like to do all these things because we're actually a spiritual people.
Right.
But there's certain things spiritually that we have to do. Like, give me Romans 7 and 12 real quick. This is how we actually become spiritual. So if God punished us for disobeying the commandments, what should we start doing? If we got punished for breaking the commandments, or sinning, what should we start doing? Yeah, follow God, right? Stop sinning, right? And sin is when you break God's commandments, when you break the law.
Right.
Just like here, if somebody runs a red light and they get caught, hey, there's going to be charges pressed upon them, right? They got to go to court. They get pulled over. Things like that happen. Same thing with God. He has order to keep this world running very smoothly. And the people who's supposed to be keeping it in order is not doing their job. Because we want to be out here having fun.
Right.
We want to live it up here in America. Right? Let's read this real quick.
It's the book of Romans chapter 7 and verse 12. Wherefore the law is holy, the commandment holy, and just and good.
Jump up to verse 14.
Verse 14. For we know that the law is spiritual.
The Lord said,
for we know that the law is spiritual.
The laws of God, that's what's spiritual. Read.
But I am carnal, sold under sin.
Right. We know that the laws of God, these things are spiritual.
Right.
Everything else contrary or outside of that, those things are not spiritual.
Right.
They're spiritual, but they're demonic.
Right.
In that sense, in the spiritual sense, they're demonic. You have the darkness and then you have the light. Right? And this is the light, brother. That's what we're showing you right now. It's something that's been kind of hidden and taken from you for a long, long time. For generations. Right? Give me Colossians chapter 1 verse 26 and give me Deuteronomy chapter 14 verse 8. Right? Colossians 1 and 26.
Book of Colossians chapter 1 and verse 26. Even the mystery which hath been hid from ages.
From what?
Even the mystery which hath been hid from ages and from generations, but now is made manifest to his saints.
Right. These things are made manifest unto us now. Because we're waking up as a people.
Right.
It's prophesied in the book of Baruch, chapter 2, verse 30, that we would remember ourselves in the land of our captivity. Wow. You read about our captivities, you read about us falling away from the Lord and coming back. It's going to come a time where we're going to come back to the Lord and we're never going to fall away again. Right. The same way we did in the past. The same way where we are right now. Right? Let's get this. I'm going to show you some commandments that we broke that we should start keeping. These commandments are real easy, and this is how you show you love the Most High.
Right.
Give me 1 John chapter 5, verse 3. Bring this out.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 14, verse 8.
Bring it out.
And the swine,
And the what?
and the swine, because it divideth the hoof, yet cheweth not the cud. It is unclean unto you.
It is what?
It is unclean unto you.
Right, so the Most High tells us how to live our lives to a T, right? And with everything that you do, how you eat, sleeping, the people you allow to be in your life, the people you need to push away from you, the way that you should be thinking, right? Your desires in life. The Most High has it all set up for you. And this is one commandment that's very easy and is very controversial. It's not eating pork, right? We defile our temples every day. We smoke. Do you smoke? You do? Yeah. Almost every brother up here would smoke. You know what I'm saying? But that defiles our temple. You can eat weed for your infirmities if you were sick. You don't just take medicine when you're not sick, right? But you don't roll up a tomato, break up a tomato and cilantro, and then you make a salad blunt, right? That's not how we use herbs. We use herbs as meat to eat it. We could bring that out. We could get into that. But the pork, that's something that defiles our temple.
Right.
It doesn't make sense logically. Just think about it, brother. To eat everything that moves.
Right.
If you ate everything that moves, I don't even think you believe in that. Even if you haven't fully thought about it. Would you eat a rat? I hope not. I hope please don't eat a rat, brother. Right? So no rats, right? So that lets you know there's certain animals we're not supposed to eat. You just don't know why. The Most High described it. Read it again.
And the swine, because it divideth the hoof,
It divides a hoof. It has attributes of a clean animal. It looks clean, read.
yet cheweth not the cud.
Yeah, what?
Yet cheweth not the cud.
But it doesn't chew the cud. The inside of the pig is filthy in itself. It's unclean. The anatomy of its body isn't even created for you to eat it. It was created to be the garbage disposal of the earth.
Right.
That's why pigs eat everything.
That's right.
They'll eat anything. You put a dead body in front of a pig, it will eat you.
That's facts.
Yeah, it is what it is. There's actually some places still here in America where they grind up the garbage and they let the pigs eat it up.
Right.
And in certain countries, they still got that system going on because that's always been known that the pig is there to clean up the earth,
Right.
not for you to eat it. That's definitely not what you want to do. So, are you willing to put down the pig for God? You willing to stop eating pig for the Most High? Yeah. All praise to the Most High. Clap it up, Kings.
All praise. Yes, sir.
It's easy. It's that easy like that. Let's show you one more. Keep reading.
It is unclean unto you. Ye shall not eat of their flesh, nor their dead, nor touch their dead carcass.
It said, don't even touch it. Right? Read on.
These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters. All that have fins and scales shall ye eat.
All that have what?
All that have fins and scales shall ye eat.
All right, give me Sirach 17 and 11. Keep reading.
And whatsoever have not fins and scales,
What the Lord said?
and whatsoever have not fins and scales,
Anything that doesn't have fins and scales, that moves, swims, or creeps in the water, read on.
ye may not eat.
You may what?
Ye may not eat. It is unclean unto you.
Very plain, very strict. Ye may not eat, right? It is unclean unto you. Straightforward statement, right? So anything that doesn't have fins and scales, see, we used to be more primitive.
Right.
You could look at a at a plant and know if it was poisonous or know if it was good for food.
Right.
You could look at the animals and know the ways of the creatures.
Right.
You could look at the fish and be able to discern, can I eat this or can I not eat this?
Right.
Right? How do you think we were able to survive back then? We didn't have Google, man.
Right.
We were smart. We were intelligent. We had the spirit of the Most High God on us.
Right.
That's why we was able to understand these things.
Right.
How was this written? How did they know that the pig did or didn't chew the cud? With no x-rays and no technology, none of these things, right? We had the spirit of the Most High God. We knew these things, right? We need to get back to that and tap in with the Lord a little bit more.
Right.
So, what things don't have fins and scales that we eat all the time? Well, stuff that's in the waters. Shrimp? Yeah, shrimp. Shrimp don't have fins and scales. They don't have neither, actually. It's got like a, what is it, like a skeleton? It's like a shell, basically. Yeah. Lobsters. Lobsters do not have fins and scales, right? You like catfish? No, good, brother. You're not supposed to like catfish because it got fins but no scales. So it's not one or the other. It's both. Just because it has fins but it don't have scales, don't mean you can still eat it. Just because it got fins, it gotta have both. The Most High made it real easy for you, almost like kindergarten, first grade level, to let you know, hey, all you gotta do is look for them fins and scales, and it's good, right? And you can eat. So can you do that for the Most High? It's easy, man. It's real easy. Everybody up here did it, but also at the same time, everybody has that one lust and the one thing they covet after, and it kind of pulls them away from the Lord. And the Lord's trying to pull you in, but that one thing that you lust and covet after is pulling you away. It's an idol, right? And you gotta let that go. Whatever it is, you're gonna find out down the line. Everybody deals with that one thing, right? You gotta overcome that. That's overcoming yourself. Let me get one more, Leviticus 19 and verse 26. Bring this out in Sirach 17.
Book of Sirach, chapter 17 and verse 11.
Bring it out.
Beside this, he gave them knowledge and the law of life.
And the what?
And the law of life.
The Most High, he gave us knowledge and the laws of life that we're reading to you. Read.
For inherited.
For a what?
For inherited.
For a religion.
For inherited.
For an heritage. So the laws that we're reading to you is actually the heritage of the so-called black man in America. It's the heritage of the so-called Hispanic man in America. A heritage is your land that you come from.
Right.
Right? Which you were taken from. Right? The language they used to speak, that was also taken from you. Because right now, unfortunately, me and you are speaking English. And even if you did speak Spanish, that's still the so-called white man's language, right? So, and also it's your customs, the customs of your people. Real nations, real countries have a language, a land to go back to, and they have customs, a culture that goes with their people. Our culture cannot be Hennessy and backwoods and rap music for the rest of our lives. It can't be that. And it definitely can't be the cooned out brothers that we had try to lead us out of this nation or to be a part of this society. When we were doing good on our own, we used to be kings, brother. We used to be priests. You read about this in the scripture, so read that again.
It says, beside this, he gave them knowledge and the law of life for inheritance. For inheritance, he made an everlasting covenant with them and shewed them his judgments.
And the Lord, he made an everlasting covenant. Meaning we have a contract with the Lord that we sign in blood. There's no getting out of this contract. It's for life. You're locked in with the Lord for life, whether you like it or not. And most of the time, he's locked in with you, but you got to tap in with him. That's all it is. We're the ones that separate ourselves from the Most High God. I mean, it might be some stuff going on in your head. It might not be nothing too deep. You might just be depressed. You might just you don't want to talk to nobody, right? You might be going through something. You got personal issues with your family. Whatever the case may be, you got to tap in with the Most High. He's going to help you with that. I'm going to show you another commandment real quick. Let me get this, Leviticus 19, verse number 17. 19, 17.
Yep. This is the book of Leviticus chapter 19, verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor.
Thou shalt what?
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor.
Give me Deuteronomy 28 and 54. So read that again from the top.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart. Right? You got beef with anybody, man? All praise to the Most High, right? Any beef, any grudges that you have with the people on this side, your brothers, your sisters, of your people, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, the Hebrew Israelites, you gotta let that go. If it was any grudges, any beef, we're not allowed to hate each other in our heart. We do enough of that. This is a commandment, not to hate your brother in your heart. Remember what we talked about earlier, that if we broke God's commandments, we would go through curses? I'm going to show you a curse that directly correlates with that. Read this.
Book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 54. So that the man that is slender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil toward his brother.
It's a curse?
His eye shall be evil toward his brother.
His eye shall be evil toward his brother. In the same chapter we were reading the curses. One of those curses is that the man that used to be tender and delicate, we used to love each other, right? He's now going to have an evil eye towards his brother. The Israelite man, right? So this is a curse to see who we are. When you look up the earth, look at what people have, right? If you go to our communities, that's what you're going to see. We shoot each other, we kill each other, we take it to the fullest extent. Clothing brands that literally mock us in our history, right? Hey, over colors, you from this block, I'm from that block, right? It's all due and all traces back to our sins. Our sins are catching up to us, right? They have caught up to us. So that's a curse that took place because we broke that commandment. We hate our brother in our heart, therefore what? Now we have an evil eye towards our brother. Keep reading.
And toward the wife of his bosom, and towards the remnant of his children, which he shall leave.
Which he shall what?
Which he shall leave.
You're going to have an evil eye towards his brother, towards his wife. I mean, how do we treat our women? Bad, right? I know a sister, she got beat so bad by her man, she got brain aneurysms, right? Another sister got beat by her man for 7 years. Complete amount of years she was getting beat. And barely just decided to get up. Barely. We got high domestic violence rates in our community.
One of my mom's friends, like, she be getting, stalked and getting beat up by her ex-husband.
See that? Yeah. Another sister, her man who used to be here pulled up to her crib and tore up the whole crib. Broke the windows. So we don't treat our women very good. Our women don't treat us very. We're not in good standings when it comes to our women, right? But it also says what? Toward the remnant of his children, which what? What are we known for doing with our children? What's the stereotype that they say about our fathers all the time? They said what? Abandoned, right? Abandonment, right? Goes missing, never seen him, right? And you probably seen him when you have these small memories as a child, but where is he now, right? Let's read that real quick. That's a curse.
It says, and towards the remnant of his children.
And what?
And towards the remnant of his children, which he shall leave.
Which he shall what?
Which he shall leave.
What is abandonment?
Which he shall leave.
Which he shall leave. This is out of the Holy Bible.
Bring it out.
Who is this talking about? What people can relate to this book more than us?
What people?
Because check it, these are the curses for disobeying God. It says that we are going to have an evil eye towards each other, towards our brothers, towards our sisters, and toward the remnant of our children, which we shall leave. So a lot of us, we're left orphans. What does it go back to? Our iniquities, our sins. And they keep catching up to it. We can't get away from the Lord. We can't. Us as a nation, it's deeper than just you and me by myself. We have to do this together. We have to come back to the Lord together. Or keep dealing with this and keep looking at this. And keep, wherever you was going right now, you're probably going to see some madness or some folly. Something that vexes your spirit, that gives you no hope. Because there's no hope here. You see things that give you no hope here. You see our people literally sick on the streets, homeless. We see our families, mental health issues. Everything you're going to see when you walk away from it, there's no hope, but the Lord gives us hope.
Right.
There's hope in the kingdom, man. We're not going to be poor in the kingdom. Give me Deuteronomy 28:1.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 1. And it shall come to pass, that thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day.
So this is the good thing, right? We told you the bad. We all know the bad because we live it every day, but the good is if we keep his commandments, what's going to happen?
That the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
Above who?
Above all nations of the earth.
Right, above all nations of the earth that will be set on high. Right? That's if we keep the commandments though. Like not eating pork, not eating shrimp, crab, and lobster. Right? Not hating our brother in our hearts. Right? Being a father, being a husband. Right? Being a good brother. Leviticus 19 and verse 26. There's many commandments that we break every single day that show that we don't really love the Lord the way we think we do.
I'm gonna show you real quick. Bring this up. 7 verse 9. I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit, whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like the pure wool.
The what?
And the hair of his head like the pure wool.
This man, he saw the Most High in the third heavens, glorified, right? Sitting on a throne, and the hair of his head was like the pure wool. What people on the earth have woolly hair? So-called black people, right? But the Most High in the third heavens, glorified, he got woolly hair.
Right.
Sitting on a throne.
Right.
Right? Why don't they read this in the church? Why isn't this one of the most famous verses all over the internet right now? Yeah, I mean, they post John 3:16 all over the internet,
Right.
but they don't post Daniel 7 and 9.
Right.
Talking about the Most High and what he actually looks like.
Break it down.
Because the people who taught us the Bible, brother, they don't look like the Most High.
Right.
Neither do they look like his son.
Right.
And they definitely don't want to teach you that.
Right.
Because you might start to figure out, wait a second, I look like the Most High, I look like his son, right? I go through all the things that that the people of the book go through. I must be the people of the book. They don't want you to figure that out.
Talk about it, Doc.
That's plain and simple. Let's read.
Right.
Give me Daniel 10 and 5.
Look at Daniel chapter 10 and verse 5.
Get out.
Then I lift up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a certain man clothed in linen, whose loins were girded with fine gold of Uphaz.
And you've heard of Christ before, right? Of course, the most famous man on the earth to this day, right? It's describing Christ. Let's read.
His body also was like the burial, and his face as the appearance of lightning, and his eyes as lamps of fire, and his arms and his feet,
And his what?
and his arms and his feet,
And his arms and his feet, read.
like in color to polished brass.
Like in what?
Like in color to polished brass.
Like in color to polished brass. They say color's not in the Bible. It literally describing his arms and his feet, like in color to polished brass, right? What color is brass? Yeah, it's brown, right? Like a penny. You got the penny, brother? Right? Just like that, like a penny. So the Most High, whose real name is Yahweh, who the world may call Jehovah or Yahweh or Yeshua, whatever the case may be, and in Paleo Hebrew, Yahweh and his son Yahweh Shai, they look like you, brother.
Right.
See, every other nation, their God looks like them.
Right. Right.
White Jesus, that's for the so-called white man, right? The Chinese man, he has the Buddha God, it looks just like them. The damn, the East Indians, right? The Arabs, they have Allah, right? So everybody has their God. Who is the God of the so-called blacks and Hispanics?
Right.
Who is our God? That's our God. Our God is the God of the Bible. Because we just proved it to you. All the curses, we fit the curses. We only read a few. Right? The commandments, they apply to us. Our God looks like us.
Right.
Right? Leviticus 19 and 27.
This is the book of Leviticus chapter 19, verse 27.
Bring it out.
Ye shall not round the corners of your heads, neither shalt thou mar the corners of thy beard.
Right. You can't shave off or mar the corners of your head nor mar the corners of thy beard. Meaning that if you got hair on your head, you're not supposed to shave it bald. Right? You could trim it down to a 1, a 2, whatever the case may be, but you want to keep that hair on your head. There's no shaving your head bald. Now, that's the thing. There's an agenda here in America. Believe it or not, the more you learn these laws and commandments, the more we read them to you, you're going to understand there's an agenda in America to keep you in sin.
Right.
Sin is when you break the commandments. Meaning there's an agenda to keep you to continue breaking God's commandments.
Right.
Such as this one right here. Not shaving your head bald and not shaving off your beard. What did they tell us at work? You got to be clean shaven. Right? You got to look like the so-called white man.
Right.
You got to shave. If you had facial hair, you got to shave it off.
Right.
But facial hair, that's for a man, that's for a lion, for a king. Right? That's makes us masculine.
Right.
That's a badge of manly dignity. When you go into the etymology of what a beard is. So that's actually spiritual for you to have a beard and keep it on your face. Keep your beard. For real, some of us are trying to, I'm trying.
Right.
I'm trying to get in there, bro.
Right.
But look, you got a beard, you got to keep it on your face. Same thing for your head. You can't shave off your head either. So no Michael Jordans, No Kobe Bryant's. Yeah.
No, y'all
Definitely no Kobe Bryant. I think I think LeBron joined the team too. I think LeBron just joined the team. Right. Nah, we ain't gonna call our brothers like that. Come on. I might get crazy out here, but nonetheless, that's a commandment, right? We go to the military. What do they tell us? You gotta shave that head, boy.
See that?
Shave that head.
See that?
Yep. But these things, like I said, they set things up a certain way to have us in sin specifically. It's very specific on why they want us in sin. Like, for example, give me Judith 5 and 21 real quick. I got a few more for you. Judith 5 and 21. Read that again, though. Verse 27.
Verse 27, ye shall not round the corners of your heads, neither shalt thou mar the corners of thy beard. Ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor print any marks upon you.
Nor print any marks upon you. What does that sound like? If I print marks on my body. Yeah, straight up, just like that. Hey, the Lord is real easy to understand when you're paying attention, you're humble.
That's right.
If we tell people these things sometimes and they already have that pride in their heart, so everything that's coming out, they're already, you're not listening to understand or to hear it. Right? They're already ready to rebuttal, be contentious, debate us about something, but we're just telling you, hey, these are the commandments, you keep them, you get life, you don't keep them, you get cursed. We're the messengers, that's all it is. So let's read this real quick in Judith chapter 5. This is why they have an agenda to keep us in sin. Let's read this.
Book of Judith chapter 5 verse 21. But if there be no iniquity in their nation, let my Lord not pass by, lest their Lord defend them, and their God be for them.
Right. Start at verse 20.
Verse 20. Now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error to this people,
there be any error in this people. So this is the so-called white man talking about you. He said if these people, if these so-called blacks, if these so-called Hispanics, if there's any error in this people, meaning if they're in sin, right? If they're being wicked, read on.
And they sin against their God, let us consider that this shall be their rule.
And they sin against their God, let us consider this shall be their rule. Meaning that if they sin against their God, the so-called blacks and Hispanics, hey, we could overtake them, we could beat them, because their God is not on their side. We're not going to beat them in no foot race. We're not going to beat them by the might of our strength, of our flesh. But if their spiritual power is not with them, we're good. We've already defeated them. That's the mentality that these other nations have. Read that again.
Now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error to this people, and they sin against their God,
and they what?
And they sin against their God, let us consider that this shall be their rule, and let us go up, and we shall overcome them.
We shall what?
And we shall overcome them.
Say, yeah, now we can overcome them. Now we can overcome the so-called black man. Now we can overcome the so-called Hispanic man because they're sinning against their God. They're doing exactly what they're not supposed to do. Let's read.
But if there be no iniquity in their nation, let my Lord not pass by, lest their Lord defend them.
Lest their what?
Lest their Lord defend them.
And they said, hey, but if they're keeping the commandments, if they're righteous, if they're moving in the spirit of Yahweh B'Ashem Yahushai, their God, hey, we not gonna mess with them. We not gonna mess with them lest their God defend them. Because our God, He defends us. He destroyed nations for our sakes. That's the thing about our history, is that we've overcome the world many times. But we weren't able to stay on top because we continue to sin. We continue to break God's commandments.
Right.
Until then, until we come back and return unto the Lord, He's not going to establish us in the earth. We're going to continue to be at the bottom. That's just how it works. So, as many of us as want to become billionaires and millionaires, that's still not going to get your people out the hood.
Right.
That's still not going to get your people out the ghettos.
Right.
Economic power isn't enough. We need world domination.
Right.
Somebody needs to take over this whole place because it's being defiled right now.
Right.
No one's going to do anything about it. Somebody righteous, somebody under the Most High has to do that. That's us. Let's read.
Continuing on, it says, and their God be for them, and we become a reproach before all the world.
Right. And they say, hey, we don't want to become a reproach. They're going to embarrass us. If these people are really righteous and they're really keeping the commandments, they're gonna embarrass us. Because it's not about the size of the army. We could overcome anything, brother. And that's through our God, but we have to keep the commandments. The commandments we brought out, were they hard? They're not really that hard. It's just lust. That's literally what it is. We lust. You want to have sex. You want to fornicate. You want to do A, B, and C. Give me Exodus 22 and 16. Right? Bring this out. Keep reading. Verse 28. Verse 29.
Verse 29, do not prostitute thy daughter
Exodus 22 and 16. Keep reading.
to cause her to be a whore,
Don't prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore. Right? Read on.
lest the land fall to whoredom.
That's the what?
Lest the land fall to whoredom.
Hey, what do you think happens in our communities when our sisters are prostituting themselves? They coming out wearing whatever they want to wear, damn near not wearing anything at all on top of that, and it causes the land to fall to whoredom. Now all the men looking around, instead of being focused on feeding your family and taking care of your wife at home, you're thinking about committing adultery and fornicating, right? You're looking around because all you see is damn women with their curves out and they pants off. Damn see-through clothing, promiscuous, loud, switching their hips all over the place. They want you to look. It causes the land to fall to whoredom.
Right.
So we're not even supposed to be looking at our sisters like that anyways. That lust, that's what I'm saying, that lust is so strong. And our people tend to go towards the darkness rather than the light, not understanding what their latter end is going to be. That the most, he's going to get up with you eventually. You cannot run from the Lord. The curse is a perfect example of that. That even after you die, guess what? I'm going to get your kids too. The next generation is going to pay for it. So every decision you make, brother, from here on out, whether it be good or whether it be evil, it is going to affect your family, affect your nation. It's going to affect your children after you. It's going to affect us as a whole. It's going to affect the world. The only reason why the wicked are in the place that they're in is because we don't listen. So let's read this.
That's the book of Exodus, chapter 22, verse 16. And if a man entice a maid that is not betrothed,
If a what?
and if a man entice a maid that is not betrothed,
If a man entice a maid that's not betrothed, you as a man, you come up, you entice a maid, or you talk to a woman, you kind of spitting game, right? Y'all are talking, texting, FaceTime calls, see her at work, whatever the case may be. You see her while you're passing, going to her, from her, wherever you see this woman, right? If you talking to a woman, right, that isn't promised to another man, she's available, she's single, read on.
and lie with her,
What?
and lie with her, he shall surely endow her to be his wife.
Right, and you lay down with her, right? The intercourse, whatever whatever y'all doing, then you shall surely endow her to be your wife. Right? That means that you now are married to that woman. Sex is marriage, brother. That's why when people lay down together and they're being intimate, it's a different connection that y'all got. You ever heard of soul ties before? Yeah, a lot of people, they'll call it soul ties. Once you lay down with that person, it's a different connection with that person because the Most High set it up that way. That once you lay down with them, that's a spiritual covenant that y'all are making forever. Right? Romans chapter 7 and verse number 1 real quick. You can hold that, Exodus 22 and 16. Read that again, Exodus 22.
Book of Exodus chapter 22 and verse 16. And if a man entice a maid that is not betrothed, and lie with her, he shall surely endow her to be his wife.
He shall what?
He shall surely endow her to be his wife.
Be his wife. That's very plain. No girlfriends, no side chicks, no baby mamas, right? The Most High, he wants us to do husband and wife. That's something that we lack in our communities 100%. We don't have wives and husbands, right? That's not what we have. The farthest we'll go is we'll say, that's my best friend. That's the farthest we'll go with each other. But to say, wife,